Welcome to Think, React, Lead, bringing you insights and strategies for thinking as an executive, reacting like a soldier, and leading in all aspects of your life. Here's your host, executive coach and leadership speaker, Dom Faussette.
Welcome to the Think, React, Lead podcast, where you will be provided insights on thinking as an executive, reacting like a soldier, and leading in various aspects of your career and personal life. I am your host, Dom Faussette, and today we are going to discuss your course of action, your leadership course of action. This is commonly referred to as the law of navigation. As I've stated before, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. See, the law of navigation, anyone can steer the ship, but hey, it takes a leader to chart the course. Have you charted the course? There's an acronym that I'm going to discuss, and it's plan ahead. See, leadership requires continual preparation. The acronym plan ahead, I'll breeze through it and then we'll kind of break down each portion of it. The P is predetermining a course of action. Actually, I'm not going to breeze through it because this is extremely important. So I will talk each point as we move forward. And if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. Reflective thinking is not focusing on your past failures. Reflective thinking is simply drawing on past experience by looking forward. So our past is our past. And if you're anything like me or I'm anything like you, there's times in our life or our career where our past negatively can get the best of us. But if we're drawing from our experiences, things we've learned, things we know not to do, not holding on to our failures, then we're moving forward and looking towards the future. So taking time to predetermine, which is the P in plan ahead, a course of action. Are you doing this? Have you written down how you're going to get to where it is you and your team are going to go? And once you've done that, have you laid out your goals? As you're laying out your goals, there's this important part of writing down your goals. And to me, it's the most important part. It's writing down your non-negotiables. Because we can have goals until we're blue in the face, but if you don't write down the things that you're not going to do or things that are non-negotiable on your journey to success and leadership, you can easily be swayed when you get overwhelmed, because as you're moving forward, there's going to be some times that you get overwhelmed, and that's okay. And as you're moving forward, do you have the ability to pivot? So the A in plan ahead is adjusting your priorities. Have you adjusted them? Do you know what you might have to adjust? Or first, and I've seen this happen so many times, you're so emotionally connected to something that you can't see the forest through the trees. And that leads us into notifying key personnel. So you should have key personnel, whether it be employees, whether it be peers, whether it be mentors or coaches, of your plan, of your course of action. This way, as you guys meet and gals meet once a week, once a quarter, in the event you're off track, they're there to, let's just say what it is, give you feedback or call you out or make the course correction. And are you allowing time for acceptance of the plan? Whether it be your course of action needs to be accepted by you, or maybe it needs to be accepted by your staff. See, as leaders, we can't just implement something and say, this is what we're going to do immediately starting today, and expect things to run smooth. See, you may have been emotionally charged to do something for the company and move forward, or your department, but everybody under you or across from you might have other things going on in their life, other projects that they're working on, and truth be told, they might not buy into your vision. So you have to allow time for acceptance. And as the time for acceptance is is coming about, you start heading into action. So this is where implementation comes into play. There's a book by Dale Carnegie called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I would strongly suggest everybody read that book, because as you're heading into action, there could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 people of action that you've plotted. You got to get buy-in first. Building rapport starts well before your course of action, if it requires more than just you. And that quickly brings us right into this next part, which is the E in plan ahead, is expect problems. See, there's no such thing as a well laid out plan or a perfect plan. I remember watching the A-Team as a child, and Hannibal, at the end of every episode, as he's standing there pretty smug with his cigar in hand, would say, "I love it when a plan comes together." And yes, we all love it when a plan comes together, but expect problems. And what you want to do, and I've seen this work several times, as you're charting out your course of action, predetermining your course of action, get with your mentors, your coaches, your peers, and ask them what potential problems could arise. Write them down. You don't have to spend a lot of time on them. You don't have to focus on the negative, but put them there. So as you start to see the writing on the wall, you say to yourself, I was prepared for this. The A in plan ahead is always point to successes. Again, as we talked about, don't focus on the failures. Yes, they're there. They're going to happen. That's how we grow, right? You're failing forward, as they say. But point to the successes. And I'm a firm believer in acknowledging our daily wins. Every single day, whether you're working by yourself or you're working with a team, you are going to have wins. And the wins could be very small, but that's okay. If you write down the wins that you've had, subconsciously, you'll be more susceptible to your wins, and you'll acknowledge the fact that you've made a win or some strides during the day. If you do that one time a day for 5 days a week, that's 5 wins in a week. See, when you emotionally focus on the wins that you've had for the week, your body aligns itself with your goals. And then as you're reviewing your plan daily, so that's the D in planning ahead, you're reviewing your plan daily. You're reviewing it with a very clear mind. And you go into it, again, whether it's with yourself or your team, staff of 1 or staff of 100. You're looking at it and say, you know what? This is what we've done well. This is how we can make it better. This didn't go as planned, but we'll take it off the table, and that's okay. See, navigation or charting a course requires careful reflection of the past. And what is careful reflection of the past? Careful reflection of the past means don't learn the wrong lessons. See, when you remove the things that you're holding on to, anybody who's played tug of war with a dog, and you give them the rope or the bone or the frisbee or whatever it may be, and they hold on to it, it's almost impossible for them to let it go and you not get your fingers bit. That shouldn't be you in your business. And I've been there before. I've seen this happen with people. I've seen it happen with myself, where it's my idea, my business. And, I've worked my, blood, sweat, and tears to get to where I'm at. Well, what got you here won't get you there, as the saying goes. Careful reflection also means failing forward. And it also means keeping your success in perspective. Are you keeping your plan in perspective? Are you reflecting in a more positive light or in a more forward-moving light? And start building your team around you. Know your lane. Know your craft. Stay in your lane. If you're good at something, get great at it. If there's things that you're not too passionate about, okay, find somebody on your team that can do it. right? Go through your Rolodex of relationships and ask people what they're good at. You should know if they're in your Rolodex, but you are a person of influence. I'm certain you don't have to do it all on your own. There's people out there willing to help you out. So what I want you to take away, outside of the planning ahead and the acronym that goes with that, is you don't need to do it on your own. Write down the 2-3 things that you're awesome at. And then write down the 10 to 15 to 20 things that you wish you could be great at, but you're not. And these are things that are needed to move your company forward, right? Like administrative task. That's not something I'm good at. That's why I've hired an admin. And it's those little things that are going to keep you energized, allow you to focus on your business and balance that with spending time with your family, spending time with yourself, right? Being happy in life. These are the things that are going to help you grow and keep you sustainable, you and your business. Again, my name is Dom Faussette with Think, React, Lead. Think as an executive, react like a soldier, and lead. Again, I can be reached on Facebook. I can be reached through our website here, thinkreactlead.com. Feel free to follow me on YouTube. And thank you for listening to the Think, React, Lead podcast. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.
You've been listening to Think, React, Lead. To connect with your authentic purpose, contact Dom at www.thinkreactlead.com.